Hi, my name is Erica Peskin, and I am a social worker by training, a life coach, a photographer and writer, and a trauma trainer for coaches and healers. And what I will be doing during these hopefully not too one sided chats is sharing thoughts and concepts on trauma informed practice, ways to deepen trauma informed practice, ways to understand what the hell it is, some scenarios and stories to see how it works in the real world and once it's applied, and possibly some ranting will take place, and basically doing what I can to help create a more trauma informed world and more specifically a more trauma informed coaching and healing industry. So, I want to start off with something pretty basic and elemental, and that is, what the fuck does trauma informed even mean? Because, oh my gosh, trauma informed is everywhere. Everyone is saying that they're trauma informed, that their program or offering is trauma informed. It's like the new greenwashing and gluten free washing, like, wow, I did not know that bananas needed to be labeled gluten free, right? So people are just saying trauma informed without explaining what they mean by it, how they feel like reasonably justified in calling themselves trauma informed. And it's really important for us to know so that we can be discerning in who we get information from and how we learn. So, what does trauma informed mean? And again, well, I'm coming at this from the perspective of a trauma trainer and a social worker, so that affects how I look at and define the term. And also, so does the fact that I am a white cis woman with a lot of class and economic privilege, and that I also have an invisible disability and a touch of neurodivergence. So, my life and therefore how I define and see the world is really impacted by all of those lenses and all of those privileges and all of those experiences. And I'm sharing them with you so that you can know where I'm coming from and so you can decide if I'm someone that you want to hear from, given all that. So, okay, what does trauma informed really mean? And it's important for me to share this with you because there's not just one definition. I mean, if you Google trauma informed definition, you will get like a million different definitions. I mean, they're all kind of similar, but they're not exactly the same, which is kind of weird when you think about it. But so here's what it means to me. And this is what I train my coaches and healers on when they learn with me. So, first of all, it means that you are aware that trauma is really common. So many people experience trauma. It means that you are aware of and you have an understanding of the different kinds of trauma and the impacts that they can have on people. Trauma types of trauma like individual, collective, systemic, ancestral, intergenerational, vicarious, acute trauma, chronic trauma, and so on. It means that you understand that trauma has impacts on people's physical, emotional, and mental health, and that in turn impacts their behavior and how they engage with their world and with your services as well. It means that you have the education and the skill to recognize the signs and symptoms of trauma in your clients and in the people in your world too. It means that you incorporate your knowledge and your skill into your policies and your practices and how you provide your services, and that you actively seek to you actively resist re-traumatizing your clients and other people in your world. So there's more, of course, but in less academic language, it means that you realize that trauma is a thing. It can really, really impact people's lives in myriad, tons of ways. It can really, really suck. It can be experienced in a lot of ways. There are lots of ways people can be traumatized. And it also means that you do your best to avoid traumatizing and re traumatizing your clients and yourself too. So it involves integrity, consent, choice, safety, collaboration, empowerment, education, harm reduction, and it affects your marketing, your onboarding, your offboarding, how you, of course, do your practice during times with your clients, and more. So that's what trauma informed means to me. And not too much. Hopefully, that's not too overwhelming. And I'll break some of this down more next time. For now, I would love to hear your thoughts about this and whether it's helpful. Thank you so much for watching.